practice, there were some rumblings, but because they worked so hard when they left, it was an applause. People appreciated their effort.
This an interesting rematch of the regional semi last year in San Antonio when the roles were reversed and the Illini came in as the top seed. Kansas was seeded 4th. They played in San Antonio, and Illinois dominated in that game 80-64, and the most dominant factor, Bill, was Frank Williams, who had 30 points.
Big time game, and they've got to stop him, but you've got to think of the inside game of Kansas. They'll try and go at the big people for Illinois.
Mike Kitts, Eddie Corbett, Mike Wood are our officiating trio tonight. Archibald will jump it with Drew Gooden. Game 2, the 1 seed against the 4, and we are set to go. Controlled by Kansas, Aaron Miles.
Illinois, Minimum Verlquist.
Collison, guarded by Archibald, goes baseline. Kicks it back outside, Heinrich for 3.
You don't shoot with your ankle. Oh, he looked good in the practice, overcoming that pain and difficulty. Terrific defender, important that he play big.
That one tipped, traced down by Corey Bradford in the corner. Kirk Heinrich sustained what seemed to be a very serious ankle injury late in the first half of the first round game against Holy Cross. Came back and got 15 against Stanford last week. And this one is out of bounds. It will be Kansas ball.
Aaron Miles has got the matchup with Frank Williams. Roy told both of us yesterday he feels the quickness, maybe the cover, and do some damage on him. That time they got a turnover.
Aaron Miles, a freshman from Portland, Oregon. Here's Miles, number 11, picked up by another freshman, Luther Head, out of Chicago for the Illini.
Both favor that 3-guard look, Vern.
Now here's Heinrich off the pick set by Collison. Off the mark, rebound, Brian Cook of Illinois. Here comes Illinois, Luther Head. He has started now the last 13 games.
Very athletic. They get the little small change. Collison in the lane as Archibald was loading up. And what Head gives him, I think, some excitement, some activity around the rim, and he can play bigger, and therefore they can have the 3-guard look.
First foul of the game called on Nick Collison, the junior from Iowa Falls, Iowa. And the ball inbounded by Frank Williams to Archibald. Now Williams picked up by Heinrich. Jumper, Bradford, rejected by Gooden. Here's Miles of Kansas, throws it right to Head. No numbers, but Head kicks it right side, and the long jumper from Brian Cook. And wow, if he gets off the mark early, watch out.
He can face it or do the damage down low. He has stepped his game up as well, but Bradford with a magnificent creation of the turnover.
Tied at 3 as Cook equalizes the shot from the corner of Heinrich. Here's the entry pass, and a battle with Robert Archibald.
Now that's key that Archibald stay out of trouble, but here's the play that causes the turnover. They run out of room because Corey Bradford is so alert, and Head now with the ability to find off the dribble. And you mentioned the expansion of Brian Cook's name. Knockdown from deep.
At 6'10", he can really hit that outside shot. And to the left side, here's Aaron Miles, looks inside for Gooden. Back outside, Boshi, guarded by Corey Bradford, and a foul, a little cheeky call by Corey Bradford. And that's his first.
That's one of those you don't like to have early. This is a little small change, a little McCrory's basement here late in the evening. I know you got some of your ties there when you were young.
You're going to bring up Kresge's before it's all over.
The inside play, good with a nice screen to get to the block.
Back it goes, Boshi for 3. They love the outside game, in and out.
Well, the 3 guys can penetrate and find people, but that time the inside out. Look at Archibald and Collison.
Gooden is fronting Brian Cook in the post. And here's Archibald, Collison. Back to Luther Head, Frank Williams.
And Frank had Cook, disdained it.
Pulls up, takes the 3, not there. And Archibald is fouled as he comes down with the rebound.
I think it might be 2 on Collison, Vern. We'll see what they do.
It is on Collison. And that's his second. See if Roy Williams makes a move.
That changes everything. Roy upset. He's got to change the way he plays. Of course, they do have Simeon Kupalia now coming in for Illinois. getting Archibald out. I think that's what you're going to have to do if you're Bill Self. Yo-yo the big people, because there'll be so many demands on the defensive end against this talented front line of KU.
Well, the Scot sits. Paisley, Scotland, his hometown. And the kid from Sarajevo, Yugoslavia, is on the floor. Damir Krpalja. Here's Cook. This one won't fall. Collison stays on the floor with 2 fouls, but that may change momentarily. Kick it left side. Wayne Simeon getting ready to come in for Kansas.
Nice job by Cook inside so far. Not giving Gooden the touches.
Heinrich behind the back, kicks it outside. And Gooden can't control, but it is saved by Miles. 10 on the shot clock.
Great trap.
5 on the shot clock. Miles, good defense by Bradford, and he makes them pay anyway.
How about the poise and the ability under pressure to make shots? That point guard, only John Foyne and Jeff Boschee have started as freshmen. You can see why Mops gets the opportunity.
So essentially 3 point guards on the floor, and a foul is going to be called on Jeff Boschee. That's his first. Simeon comes on the floor. Nick Collison, I'm sure, will head to the bench.
And Vern, right now, I think both teams have to back it off just a little. They're a little overzealous. They're getting involved in sort of cheap fouls that are only going to hurt the progress of their game. So be aggressive, but a little more intelligent.
Frank Williams looks for Brian Cook. Simeon on him. Cook, jumper, in and out. Offensive board. Krpalja rejected by Gooden.
Get it out, big fella.
Here comes Boschee for Kansas. Williams guarding him. Entry pass taken away. Bradford for Illinois. Head leaks out, trips. Bradford has to come back and go to a half-court set. Frank Williams. Spin move, up. Not there. Tip, not there. Rebound, Gooden, and a foul on Krpalja.
Boy, he's done a great job under the rim. Ends up fouling and a little upset with the officials, but he has been very active. And that's the physical play that he brings to the floor. And don't forget, they got Luke Jackson to come in. Lucas, I should say, Johnson to come in. A very physical performer who really gets after it.
If they got Luke Jackson, they got him from the Crories.
I'll tell you what, they got a heck of a player.
They do indeed, but it's been a while ago. 16 to go first half. Miles back to Heinrich.
Fumble.
Krpalja chases it down.
It's going to be a foul on Heinrich. That's what I'm talking about, Bert. You fumble it, you get back. I think everybody wants to get to the Final Four immediately. Just lay back a little bit. They are banging one another. Loose bodies after any loose ball. Take them home with you.
Hey, what do you think of this new Pontiac? Check it out.
Okay. Where?
Now, what kind of car is it?
I don't know, but he just told me to get in. Get in the driver's seat.
I am
banging this. Look at the stick, Dad. Look at the stick. Look at it. Got the little chrome all chromed out. Yeah, well, we can fit, what, about 200-300 back here? Man, 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, look at the back
We
here.
even got, let me go
back there.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe, official vehicle for the NCAA championships.
For his first attempt, a 360 tomahawk.
Introducing new Tostitos Scoops.
Amazing. And now the alley-oop reverse.
With the bite-sized bowl-shaped design.
Oh, my. And what everyone's been waiting for, the two-handed thunder.
For the perfect dip every time.
Oh, the judges have to be impressed.
New Tostitos Scoops. The dip lover's chip. Also great with new Queso Supreme dip.
It has over 20 million customers nationwide. Works with nearly half the Fortune 1000 and provides the wireless network for BlackBerry and Palm. Bet you didn't know who's so big in business. Singular Wireless. What do you have to say?
On March 29th,
you don't have dreams, you don't have anything.
The bet is made.
You start winning, you try out for the major leagues.
All right.
And the journey begins.
Oh my God!
Dennis Quaid, The Rookie, rated G, starts Friday, March 29th.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room, more people room, or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
3 men will enter a Top Gun training program, witness their incredible stories, and see who will fail and who is bound for glory. The new series American Fighter Pilot launches CBS March 29th.
Back in Madison, you heard Vern Lundquist mention how Kurt Heinrich went down against Holy Cross on his left ankle, came back 48 hours later to play against Stanford. Well, besides being tough, he's wearing this lightweight ankle brace. It's less than a year old. He says it allows him no rotation. Perfect for this physical game, Vern. Just a footnote.
Clever.
Yes, very.
Those BC grads.
Good to have you with us, Leslie.
7 fouls less called in the first 4:08 of this game. So, got to play within yourself. Don't get the small change.
And Collison went to the bench for Kansas at 16:30 with 2 fouls. Here's Frank Williams, guarded by Miles. And the jumper, no. 1 of 9 shooting now, the Illini.
And that's where he stopped manufacturing a post-up. Heinrich to the rim.
And a foul is called as he penetrates.
He is tough, as Les noted. I mean, his ability to come right back there. Electric stimulation is about all he had. Just a lot of effort, a lot of ice.
Well, the training staff said no cortisone shots.
No, nothing.
We did not give him a shot.
Well, I saw Mark Cairns in Maui, and they had cramp problems. He has been a busy guy all year with this team. Done a great job keeping them together, the trainer.
Back we go, 15:27 to go. Keith Langford has come on now for Kansas. Here's Gooden trying to establish position, and does he ever?
And that's what Heinrich does best. Got the right angle, and you're right. Duck in, sticking his guy, and then begging for the ball. Good.
7-point Kansas lead as Illinois is 1 of 9 from the field. Sean Harrington has come on. He is a shooter. Left side they go to Williams, who has yet to score. Back to Harrington. Pump fake. Boshi comes. Back to Williams. And the entry pass now. Ryan Cook. The help comes from Heinrich, leaving Williams open, but he still can't get it. And Cook is there for the putback.
Nice slip to the goal. Soft enough release by Williams.
10-5. Kansas. Gooden on the floor. Backs it out.
And a pretty good stand defensively by Cook there, too.
Here's the trap. The quick hands of Frank Williams. And a foul called on Heinrich. That's his second. So Collison and Heinrich both with 2 fouls for the Jayhawks.
Now, once in a while, you make a mistake as Roy looks on, and you try and get it right back instead of just getting back and guarding. That's twice now on little plays that Heinrich's gotten in trouble. They go zone to protect them. 1-3-1.
5 team fouls for Kansas. Harrington settles for Williams. Here comes Cook popping out. There's Archibald on the baseline.
Corner jumper is what you end up with this.
And there's Bradford. 4-3.
That's his game. Get the puppy set. Get the ball around to him. Good reversal.
Entry pass. Gooden up and under, the reverse layup off the glass.
How nice was that look from the top, and then the ability to use the rim. Excellent look by Keith Langford.
Cook back outside to Williams. And here's Harrington. Bradford, another 3. Off the mark, in and out.
Hey, Stud got the rebound, by the way. Simeon is going to be enjoying his play for a long time.
Now Simeon coming left side. Langford for Gooden. On the shot clock. Boshi backs it back out. They look inside now for Simeon. And there's the quick hands of Sean Harrington to take it away.
Langford a slasher.
Williams, nice spin move off the glass. He is now 0 for 5. And he's been playing very well and being very productive offensively in postseason play.
I like his attitude, though. I mean, he's being aggressive. Nice post up by Simeon. See if he can drop step.
Help comes from Cook. Shot not there. Rebound Archibald.
Away from the trap, but still not a good choice.
12-8, a 4-point game. Corey Bradford. Here's Bradford again. Langford steps out on him. In the corner, shot for 3. Got another.
Location. And Archibald with the kick out. Nothing silly. Good response. And Bradford really unerring. Great looks for him.
Bradford with 2 threes. He's been on a tear hitting from long range here recently, especially in the NCAA tournament, the first and second round games, and a chance now for the Illini to grab their first lead of the ball game.
And Gooden's got the free rein to take those threes. Not the best of the three-point shooters for that team, but Roy's giving them the license. Are they going to give Heinrich?
I think so.
Oh, that's one I thought he got good position to reach it, and then they were coming in for him as well with Aaron Miles. What a top play. Changes the whole approach in your rotation. A little too aggressive. It started that way. Good footwork. And I guess with the hands in there, the refs just aren't going to tolerate it. And you've got to feel as a player how they're going to call it. You've got to bend a little bit. He did a great job containing him, but then the reach in.
Collison back on the floor after a 4.5-minute rest with 2 fouls, and Heinrich on the bench with his 3rd foul. It's 12-11. Krapalja puts it on the floor, the jump stop, and too many steps. Been a little testy, haven't they? A little nastiness here.
As y'all know, winning is a great feeling, and it's okay to celebrate. The way you celebrate says a lot about you. So, keep up the good work. Being responsible, respecting the law, celebrating safely. It's all about having a good head on your shoulders. Figuratively speaking.
A message from the National Association of State Universities and Land-Grant Colleges and Anheuser-Busch.
Look at these posers and wannabes. I mean those chicken fingers. Merely posing is spicy. You gotta try new KFC Blazing Crispy Strips.
All white breast meat chicken, freshly prepared, double marinated with a taste of chili and cayenne pepper for twice the spice. For limited time, KFC's got new spicy Blazing Strips. Get 3 strips, coleslaw, and a biscuit for only $2.99. Also available in the Colonel's Crispy Strips, the flavor that started it all.
Everybody in. I think the party's out here. There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Introducing the Isuzu Axiom. It says sexy city style. It has a V6 with 230 horses. Giddy up. Leather trim seats, smooth and supple. Plenty of cargo space, too. And America's longest and sexiest warranty. The Isuzu Axiom. You want one, don't you?
Now get 0% financing for up to 5 years or $3,000 cash back.
We could look at other houses.
No, it's perfect.
Announcing the Craftsman 75th Anniversary Sale. Over 5,000 items. Sale ends Saturday. If it's Craftsman, it's on sale. Only at Sears. Where else?
Tonight on The Late Show, Dave's got a revealing Jack Black, plus music from the Foo Fighters. And is this anything? Tonight on Dave.
Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg in New York. Kansas with a 1-point lead, and we'll get you back to Madison in a moment. But first, let's check into the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, where Maryland leads by a score of 24-22, and the two teams have gone to the bench. Kentucky started fast and slowed down.
Well, Prince and Bogan's having good starts, and then by committee, Kentucky getting some scoring from some other people.
5 lead changes, 3 ties in that game, and it now sees Maryland on top, 24-22. Let's take you back to Madison, Wisconsin, and rejoin Vern Lundquist and Bill Rafter.
Boy, he's done a great job on the post take.
Jeff Boschee from long range for 3. And Kansas back on top by 4 now. Corey Bradford with a little elbow thrown. Aaron Miles is back on the floor. Here's Johnson posting, or rather spotting up for the 3. Long rebound. And Miles for Kansas. Collison.
He's got better with the dribble. He may have walked there.
That's Smith out on him. Here's Langford. Nice move.
This guy on the floor has gotten so much better. He's a slasher. I think he's a heck of an offensive rebounder. But you notice Collison outside drags the ding and then gives the screen that permits the penetration. And here the lefty goes right. A little smooch early.
And here's Brian Cook back on the floor now. A quick appearance for the 7-footer Nick Smith. He goes over to the bench, and Bill Self is going to chat with him
I think he didn't help on that particular play because you got to get over there, big guy.
And
we got to give other guys a broom to block it. You can do it with your hand.
Sean Harrington for the Illini. Boshi defending. The entry pass, Kropalya. Too strong. Well, they can't hit it from 2-point. They're hitting it from long range, and the foul on Illinois. Damir Kropalya. And that's his second. This is Kropalya, missing 14 games, and this is his final season. Stress fracture of the foot. Guy with enormous promise when he came here, spent 3 years in the Czech Republic, and then enrolled. I remember seeing him as a freshman and thought, boy, he's going to have a terrific career. He has, but it's been marred by injuries.
Injuries, and he gets his money's worth on the fouls. Nice slip to the goal, pass a little too long, and maybe a tough angle. Well, one of the most successful college coaches there. He just grinds them out every year. Showed a lot of loyalty staying at KU. Surprised a lot of people, I might add, when people thought he was going to go to North Carolina, but had the loyalty to his team. Decided to hang tough, and they're delighted at Kansas. Nice denial.
Kropalya back outside. Williams has yet to hit a shot. He's still 0 for 6 in this occasion. Here's Miles for Kansas. Pulled up, jumper too strong. Collison and Cook for Illinois. On the ground, walk.
Everybody's in a hurry right now. You get that feeling? It's rush hour. Just slow it a beat. And Bill Self feeling it was a foul that caused the walk. But I think just the energy at this level, because what is at stake, and I think halftime you see a different pulse to the game when both coaches get a chance to chat.
We're nearing the midway point of the first half. Kansas back on top by 6. Collison guarded by Brian Cook. Johnson wants to come and help, and they throw it away, and that 7 turnovers now for the Jayhawks.
And you mentioned Johnson. He did a great job shading because Collison wanted to use, I'm sure, either hand with the jump hook, but then on the kick out, unfortunately, one went one way.
Now let's reset the lineups on the floor. Frank Williams yet to score, 0 for 7, guarded by Miles. He's got Cook, Johnson, Archibald. What a pass underneath from Cook. Off the glass, got his first.
And a great call by Bill Self. Archibald with a wonderful screen got him free.
Miles back on top to Collison. Langford.
There's that inside screen and the step up by Collison.
Too strong off the glass. Archibald's there, and he's fouled.
And Langford with the reach in. But Archibald, the big body, by the way, that's a little process in the hair. I want to show you the research I do. But here, and then the curl to the goal, you can just see no help defensively. Simeon not able to loosen up, gets down. Unfortunately, doesn't get the foul. But this is where you can get your guy on track. Get him a layup, get him to the free throw line. And right there, Frankie Williams, as you mentioned, playing great late in the season. Put this team on his shoulder, finally gets on track.
At the line, Archibald. Following each game, log on and get updated tournament brackets at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. So a little touch of frosting for Archibald.
Well, Robert mentioned it was natural, and I gave the double look. I think he got his fingers done as well.
Sometimes we dispense way too much information. 9:20 to go, first half. 17-15. Gooden.
Pick it up. A little lingerie on the deck. Oh, has he got great footsteps. What an improvement during the course of his career.
Williams throws this one away. At the other end, Langford backs it back out. Jumper, not there. Cook with a rebound for Illinois. That's 5 boards early going.
And, you know, Miles had done such a great job creating the turnover. The quick jack, I'm not so sure that's what Roy Williams wanted.
Back it comes to Frank Williams.
And loading up in the lane, but the good harassing outside doesn't prevent the entry.
He pitched the 10 in the lane that time, but misses from short range. Miles, the runner, got it off the glass.
How about that? That creativity with the bounce. defense unable to deter or contain. And Bill Self saw that breakdown. Wants to make a stop.
21-15 with 8:16 to go. Aaron Miles, the freshman, at the point. Nice move.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car.
Whoa. How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
With 2 million new and used cars, you're sure to find the one you want at Autotrader.com.
Need a loan?
Yeah. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
6-point Kansas lead with 8:16 to go. Poor shooting by Illinois thus far.
Really just not getting the real clean look, and maybe Frank Williams forcing the last one of 8. They need his solid play, so get Cook involved or get some others involved.
Miles out on Williams. Archibald trying to establish the low post. He gets it. Got it, and a free throw.
And you see the left hand, too. That's how much he's improved his play. A big, tough Scottish guy.
Jeff Carey just off the bench, and a quick first foul for Carey.
Well, he's such a modest player. He doesn't play or blow his own horn. He just is solid. Gets his foot, nice step to the goal, and there, the only hand he could score with, the little switch gets Carey on his back.
And now a chance for a three-point play for Archibald. Three-point game, 21-18. Kansas at the 7:57 mark.
There it is, as grand as it gets. The Masters on CBS.
The new Saab 9.5. With a more solid ride and a turbocharged engine you can't wait to take advantage of.
Yeah, you know.
Can I try the red one again?
Oh.
Right now, lease a Saab 9.5 linear sedan starting at $399 a month for 36 months. For details, see your Saab dealer.
Godlights.
Last time, he fought against his sworn enemies.
Stop!
This time, he will fight with them.
We offering you a truce.
To destroy a new breed of terror.
You want me to hunt them for you? Calling all freaks. Not know who you are messing with.
Wesley Snipes. Blade 2. Rated R. Now playing.
My dad's gonna build us the coolest treehouse.
I don't have a clue what I'm doing here.
Well, let's see what you got. Oh, wow, a treehouse.
He can build anything.
Never built anything before.
Relax, I think you're in the right spot.
He wants a trap door.
Balcony, rope swing.
I'm gonna suggest 16 penny.
You can do it.
You sure I can do this?
He's a genius.
Trust me.
All right.
Dad?
Yeah?
Thanks.
People love Midas parts because they're so reliable. Just last week, I was explaining to a customer that our shocks and our struts come with a lifetime guarantee. That way, they'll always be as good as new.
Lifetime guarantee? That's great. What can you do with these?
There are limits to what we can do. Midas, we do that.
21-18, Kansas with a three-point lead. A 31-3 record fueled in part, Bill, by good defensive play, and we've certainly seen evidence of that tonight.
Well, what they do great is they pressure the pass to the post, and in their postman front, they assist one another, and you can see what's happened during the tournament. I mean, anything around 40 is sensational, but they're just beyond imagination. A little pressure, half court, Illinois.
Miles, Foshi, Heinrich on the bench with 3 fouls. Collison resting now with 3. So Gooden plays, Carey plays, and Langford for Kansas. The jump, the catch, the shot is off the rim. Williams for Illinois. Luther Head left side, and right ahead is Archibald, who is fouled by Carey and will shoot another free throw.
Tell you what's interesting, Vern. Gooden didn't get a look and was free at the one end. He did not run the floor as well as he should have. And look what happens. You cannot relax in college basketball. Archibald may not be able to outrun you, Vern Lundquist, and I know he can't outrun Drew Gooden. So that's one of those lapses that cost you. And of course, coaches, there he goes, get back in it. That's what you have to do.
Archibald misses a chance for the first tie of the game. Here's Gooden at the top. Now the screen set by Langford, and Gooden guarded by Archibald. Backs in, goes baseline, up and under. Brian Cook with a block. Carey off the glass, and he goes to the line.
What a valuable substitute he is. He just comes in, takes some minutes, does a solid job. Understand what 7 minutes a game, not a big score. Graduated in May, but look at this, the step through, and you noted Cook's ability. And they just don't come up with it clean, Illinois. Great defense, but a little kiss by the big fella. And how about that? He knows they need him. With Collison with foul problems, of course, Heinrich as well, and Archibald with 2. That's a major dilemma for Bill Self as well.
So Robert Archibald on the bench, and Carey with a 3-point play gives Kansas a 4-point edge. Now Frank Williams will be picked up by Miles. An Illinois team that struggled at midseason, lost 3 in a row in conference play, came back, won 9 in a row, seemed to right the ship, and they get a big, big basket from Frank Williams.
And maybe a relaxed Frank Williams. Let it come to him. Nice kick by Krapalya. Solid, didn't force it.
With 6:45 to go in the half, it's back to a 1-point game. Carey kicks it outside for Gooden for 3. Krapalya, big rebound.
Need him around the rim. Get inside, Drew. Get those when you get ahead. Great pressure on the ball.
Back it goes to Williams. Now the switch. Williams open for the jumper. Got another.
You slide behind, you pay. Frank Williams now confident and knocking him down.
Back-to-back threes for Frank Williams.
They got a foul here. Luther Head on the outside. But Frank Williams, he got the feel on a layup, on a post cut, but you just see the defense hides behind. A little nylon out of Peoria. And boy, the end of the year, he has just found his game almost back in high school. There's a lot of people have talked to him, Bill Self included. Wayne McLean, his former coach, is getting him to play within himself.
And in this tournament, he's been a puzzle of sorts. For example, in the second round game against Stanford, no points, only 2 shots attempted in the first half, and then he comes roaring back with 20 points in the second half of the play.
Well, they feed off of him, there's no question. So if he does take over and takes good shots, that doesn't bother anybody on Illinois. And of course, he does guard, Vern. I mean, that's one of the principles that Bill Self adheres to.
Langford. We're tied at 26 with 6 to go, first half of play. And again, the foul problems. There's another one. And this is going to be Williams.
Push off. And Roy rolling the dice a little bit. Collison on the floor with those 2. It's got to be solid. And number 2 on Frank Williams.
Lucas Johnson's getting ready to reappear now. Roy Williams barking at his team. Gooden, Boshi, Miles, Langford, and Carey on the floor. Here's Miles. Williams flies at him. And a nice rebound by Collison, but he's got his 3rd foul.
Boy, what a major dilemma. A guy that's an excellent position rebounder. And Roy Williams, that concern etched on his face. 3rd winningest active coach, folks. And right here, you can just see the inside. That's good aggressive basketball. Unfortunately, Krapalya hits the deck, gets the attention of the officials. Collison and Heinrich, 2 of your stalwarts on the Pines.
Collison headed right for the bench and then came back on the floor.
Well, he's got to come in after the free throw. That's why he's still out there. In between, I should say. Now he goes.
Now Simeon's on. Collison sits. He and Heinrich with 3 each. And Williams sits with 2 fouls for the Illini.
Now they could use Simeon to shape up in that lane and do some damage. A great physical presence.
One-point Illinois lead.
Johnson in there. Look at them load up inside, folks. They do a great job defensively pushing the postman up. This is a little bit of a zone look here. Look at that clear out.
And a hard foul by Cook.
Now Simeon with a great contribution there. Sealed his guy to open up the dribble lane. Little confusion by the Illini. They were in zone and they switched back to man-to-man. And Cook ends up getting nailed for one.
One more. Kansas back on top. Miles with 6 points. And the Jayhawks lead by 1. Here's Harrington into the hands of Corey Bradford, who moves to the point now with Williams out. Played the point as a freshman. Johnson from way outside. Rebound. Cook strong. Krapalia with a putback.
Foul here by Miles. Oh. I don't know if you noticed it, Vern. They went man-to-man full Kansas. They got over half court. A little run and jump out of the Dean Smith school. Because Roy, long-time assistant to Dino. And Johnson, I'm surprised he took that jumper.
Lucas Johnson, 76% free throw shooter, shoots one more tonight on the Emmy Award-winning Late Show with David Letterman. Don't miss the very funny Jack Black and music from the Foo Fighters, plus the top 10 complaints of the survivor castaways tonight on Dave here on CBS. Successful trip to the line for Lucas Johnson, a 29-28 game nearing the 5-minute mark of the first half.
And now they got the zone. That's a little bit of a matchup. Johnson on the top to take away the deep shot to leave Miles alone. Knock it down. They did not communicate. Didn't get out from the baseline.
9 points for the freshman from Portland. Kansas back by 2. The crowd behind the Kansas bench drenched in blue. Standing and urging their team on defensively now. What a kick pass. Here's the entry. Bradford wants it back. Cook goes baseline. Gooden on him. Here's Bradford with a jumper.
Let's go the other way. This should be Johnson. That's where he spent his career, on the floor or in press row. Somebody's lap. He is a physical performer, but here the ability to find people. You can just see they don't get out and cook. They defensively don't communicate, don't really get a guy out. And this is just a good screen again by Simeon and a little jumper. Rather easy for Miles, who's played great defense, I think. Challenging shot after shot and containing the dribble.
And we've got both teams in the double bonus from here to the halftime break. One more. Frank Williams back on the floor for Corey Bradford now.
Perry coming in for a Langford. They're going to play a little bit bigger to match up with the big bodies. There's a difficulty, I think, now for Illinois. They don't have good perimeter shooters. It might not be a bad zone trip. Harrington, obviously a great shooter, and Williams once in a while from deep. But the wing guys and Johnson and, of course, Krapalia not known for it.
Here's Harrington, son of a coach. Krapalia on the floor. Kicked it back for Harrington. Boshi defending. Good job.
And because he almost bit there, huh?
Yep, he did.
Harrington can shoot it, and they know it.
Johnson. Harrington, he's open with a good look.
Boshi should not have left him. He went to help, went sniffing, and paid for it.
Tied at 32, under 4 to go.
Good show by Krapalia.
Miles back to Boshi.
Nothing inside. Illinois has been great on the post tee.
10 on the shot clock. Miles searching. Can't find anything. Takes the jumper. Doesn't get the roll, but the putback by Simeon is good.
Strictly strength. He did not elevate. Those big shoulders got him in position to dominate.
And Kansas back up by a deuce. Now Krapalya with the screen out high. Williams, Johnson. Wow, way outside.
Not a good one. Too deep. Goodness. His feet were cold.
Back it goes. Simeon makes it right, takes the jumper and gets it.
What a lift. Now that's two big plays. He screened the guy off, Miles, to get to the rim. Three big plays and solid defense. What a contribution down the stretch.
Wayne Simeon, another McDonald's All-American. Roy Williams first saw him play at a camp when he was in the 6th grade. Here's Johnson off the glass, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Roy Williams recruits them. He doesn't eat them. He's not a McDonald's guy. He likes the tenderloins. Because when you're successful, Neil Doherty, longtime assistant alongside of him, you can go to the fine dining place, but Johnson doing the right thing. He's not a great deep shooter. Put it on the floor. Now they're just discussing matchups, who to get in, who to get out with foul problems.
Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg will get you updated on all the tournament news, plus a live look at Kentucky, Maryland. That's all coming up on Singular at the half. Brett Ballard has come on for Jeff Boschee now for Kansas. And Bradford is back for Illinois as Brian Cook. Here's Ballard, number 3. And Johnson shoots one more.
And this is all about stealing time by Roy Williams. He's just trying to stay alive with his foul problems, and they're doing more than that. Illinois not able to pull ahead with the dilemma.
Johnson missing 2 at the free throw line. Now Ballard, Miles. Simeon, and Krapalya takes it away.
What a great read. Good anticipation.
Read the pass, went for it, got it. Here's Williams. 2 threes. There's a strong pick from Krapalya.
Should be the other way. Johnson, he's not happy about it, but he is an aggressive performer. Tried to slip, couldn't get free. And Bill Self trying to beg a little bit, as we all want to do on the sideline when it doesn't go your way.
Lucas Johnson, his brother, played 4 years at Illinois. He's winding up his 4-year career. Family, over the course of the 2 brothers playing there, 9 years of participation in Illinois basketball. And Lucas, of course, with a torn ACL back in October, a really remarkable recovery.
Mid-January,
yes.
That's unbelievable. He worked one summer at that Chicago Board of Trade. I don't think I'd like to take a tip from him.
Gooden shoots one more free throw, a 5-point Kansas lead. Trying to get to the halftime break. Ballard is out. They've got Kirk Heinrich and Nick Collison on the bench. 3 fouls each to the Jayhawks. And Gooden at the line, shooting his second. Gives the Jayhawks 6 unanswered. They've broken a 32-all tie with 2:01 to go before halftime.
Sky Blue, ultra premium malt beverage.
This spring, Lowe's is improving home improvement because only Lowe's has top choice lumber. With 4 clean sides, prime grade, and center cut. Lowe's also has a complete line of windows and doors, including Pella. And Lowe's promises low prices every day, guaranteed. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
In and out. Good. Keep the victim calm. 1 and 2 and 3.
Okay, there you go. It's over 130 channels, sports, news, entertainment, even your local channels, and it's only $39.99 a month.
Just $39.99 a month. Over 130 channels of DirecTV programming, even your local ones. Now get a DirecTV system for $49 or less, installed.
So it was the digital music that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gavin Bannock uses the law as a weapon. I have just turned off your credit.
The computer says you're bankrupt.
Now it's up! See what I can do to you? But this time, he's got some kind of computer voodoo. He targeted the wrong man.
Now I owe you something.
Samuel L. Jackson.
This guy just won't let it go.
Ben Affleck.
You have the power to turn this on. You have the power to turn it off.
Changing Lanes. Rated R. Starts Friday, April 12th, everywhere.
Meet Baby Bob. I can relate to basketball. There's lots of yelling, crying, and tears. And that's just Bobby Knight.
Baby Bob, the new hit comedy, CBS Monday.
Back in Madison, if you kept a camera isolated on Roy Williams, you'd notice something unusual. He never looks at the scoreboard in the first half. He told me he cares about how his team is playing. That should tell him the score. When I asked him, are you tempted? He said, of course I am. It's a discipline, the way I want my team to be. Vern, if he happens to look over, would you tell him they're up by 6?
Yeah, and I'll tell them they've got foul problems too, Leslie.
Les, I didn't like to look at the end of games. With good reason, I might add. Not the success of Roy Williams.
Bill Raftery, longtime coach at Seton Hall, and he gives lie to that. It's a great banquet presentation. Let me tell you, he had a winning record at Seton Hall.
Roll, what a discard. He got away with it.
And a tough muscle-up shot. Simeon clears it for Kansas. And Krapalia from behind. Here's Williams at the other end. This will be an easy 2.
Krapalia has given them terrific effort. He's been involved in so many plays that don't show in a box score. Great reaction.
I saw him go down with a stress fracture, and it was a re-injury against Michigan State, a loss at home, and I think we thought his career was over that day.
Isn't that great to see him back here? Goes the points over to turnover. He's led to that, and he's a plugger. He and Johnson wanted to finish with this group.
There's a skip pass. Gooden has it, backs out. 8 on the shot clock, 50 to play in the first half. Simeon wanted it, the jump stop, it's taken away, and touch last by Illinois.
Now the matchup had them a little confused, but if they're patient and reverse the ball, and I don't know, I'm not so sure Roy isn't seeing the short corner, because if they drive the gap, they've gotten the ability free in the corner with 3 on the shot clock.
And the inbound play out of the out.
Just didn't squeeze it out.
No. About a 6-second differential game clock, shot clock. And a 4-point margin. Here's Head. Not there.
I'm not so sure that's what they wanted early.
I don't think so.
And Bradford had a mismatch with Gooden. They should have taken advantage of a dribble drive on him.
Illinois hitting less than 35% from the field in the first half.
Now there's a matchup. If they take a good shot, they make it an offensive rebound, because you don't have proper checkout responsibilities.
Well, with Collison playing 6 minutes and Heinrich playing 8 minutes, somehow Kansas might get to the break with a lead. They will. Here's the spin move. Miles puts it up. It counts.
And Roy is charged up, and why not? But there's miles to go before they sleep, huh? How about that individual play on the foul line?
Oh, I did not know I was working with Robert Frost.
That little poem at the end here, but boy, what effort. Actually took a little bit of a hit, Vern, and still able to get the feet set and finish that shot. A little nylon in. How about this? The mentor.
We are going through the woods on a snowy evening, but right now we're going to stop with Leslie Visser.
Vern, he is fired up, and Coach, you're in foul trouble, but you had balanced scoring. What should we look for?
Well, we didn't play very well. We were lucky with some of the baskets. We got a lucky basket there at the end, but we weathered a little bit of the storm. We do have some foul trouble, and they were silly fouls, so we can't have that. We know how Illinois can come back quickly, so we've got to play and play 20 minutes like we played better than we did that time.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Leslie, thank you. That's the end of the first half. Miles with the jumper at the buzzer. Greg Gumbel back with singular at the half after this message.
Hi, everyone. I'm back in town to get you on your feet again.
Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense?
Pick one for a chance to win a Volvo S60 at volvocars.com/questions.
Follow the NCAA tournament with live scores, stats, and analysis in the Game Center only at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
One tribe gets raided. Wow. On an all-new Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Are you ready for the WNBA and SA 2003? We need you to make it happen. 6,000 season ticket deposits of only $50 are needed to secure a WNBA team in San Antonio. It's fun and affordable for the entire family. This weekend from 1 to 5, visit any San Antonio HEB to make your $50 deposit and get a free WNBA and SA 2003 t-shirt. Call 227-WNBA, visit Spurs.com or any HEB store and make a $50 deposit for the WNBA and SA 2003.
This year, you'll take out the trash 52 times, mow the lawn 30 times, wash the car 18 times, and kill the fire ants 6 times? Unless you use new Over and Out. Unlike other fire ant killers, just one application of Over and Out eliminates fire ants from your entire yard and keeps them out for an entire season. Guaranteed. New Over and Out, the once-a-season fire ant killer, from the makers of 7.
There's a race coming. It's a race for triumph. It's a race for both the past and the future. It's a race for the cure. Your Texas Ford dealers are proud to sponsor the Race for the Cure to help find a cure for breast cancer. With all the racing we do, this is the one race that has to be won. Race for the Cure in San Antonio on April 13th. See your Texas Ford dealer to register.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to Singular at the Half here in our studios in New York. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg at the break. The Kansas Jayhawks over Illinois by a score of 40-34 in a game. Both teams are looking pretty good.
They really are. Kansas able to survive some foul trouble. Neither team really shooting it. Kansas shooting it well, but turned it over a lot. 10 turnovers. Illinois capitalized on a bunch of those turnovers, and that's why they're within 6. Kansas got good play from their bench, and particularly Aaron Miles as a starting point guard.
All right, Clark, in our other game at this moment in Syracuse, they are at halftime, and Maryland leads Kentucky by a score of 39-33. Kentucky came out shooting well. Open 3 for Keith Bogans. He had 9 in the first half, and then Chris Wilcox from Maryland takes the feed on a low post baseline jam.
Maryland's defense loses Bogans here. Nice screen and a good three-pointer, 8-2 Kentucky. But then Juan Dixon shakes free of Bogans. The game is tied at 10.
Tayshaun Prince behind the back dribble, behind the arch for 3. He had 10 and 3 rebounds. And Maryland's Drew Nicholas will lose his man off the screen and hit the 3 from the far side. The Terps regain the lead, and at the break, they lead it by a score of 39-33. Earlier in Madison, Texas fell to the Oregon Ducks by a score of 72-70. Best game of the night so far. Fast break. Oregon's Freddie Jones to Luke Jackson for the layup.
Then Jones to Rittenauer for the pull-up J. Oregon by 2. And then Texas is James Thomas going to catch it inside and score. The game was tied.
It was Oregon's Freddie Jones driving to the hole, gets the bucket, 72-70. Here's Vern Lundquist.
It goes in the hands of James Thomas. Here's T.J. Ford. Up and no good. The tip after the buzzer.
Offensively, we ran motion. We won about 3 games that way. We wanted to just spread it out. And Luke or Freddie, whoever had the mismatch, it was Freddie. He made a great play. Defensively, we had Chris protect the bucket. We took Robert up. We knew Ford was going to have to make the play. Robert did a great job of double teaming. He took a tough shot and missed.
I really told him, I want them to be disappointed, and they are disappointed because, we're like everybody that's in this tournament. You want to win the whole thing, and when you lose, you're disappointed. But I told him it could be just the beginning.
So Oregon a winner by 2. They await the winner of the Illinois-Kansas game. And earlier tonight in Syracuse, UConn moved on with a 71-59 win over the Salukis of Southern Illinois. Caron Butler, another good night for the Huskies. 3 of his 19 on the night there.
He's going to get 3 more here as he gets behind the defense. Gordon finds him. He'll get the hoop and the foul, an 11-point lead for the Huskies. But then Roland Roberts, who was hard to handle inside all night long, scores 2 right there. The Salukis within 6. But Talik Brown leading the break, leaving it for Tony Robertson, and the Huskies were on their way.
This time, Talik Brown will leave it for Amika Okafor, who will throw it down, and the Huskies have a significant lead, and Karan Butler and Amika Okafor work the give and go to help them hold on, and UConn will face the winner of Kentucky against Maryland. 71-59, the Huskies win it. Now, halftime is over in the East Regional Semifinal between Kentucky and Maryland. Let's take you out to the Carrier Dome. Join the action live in Syracuse. Jim Nance and Billy Packer.
First possession of the second half belongs to Kentucky. The Cats down 6. Hawkins looking the lane. Hayes looking for help. Just put it up and tipped in by Kamara.
Ball in the cylinder. Second time tonight we've seen somebody be able to get by with a basket with the ball in the cylinder.
You thought that one shouldn't have been allowed?
I do not think so.
Baxter.
That one was in the cylinder, but of course the same man had it that delivered. Hawkins doing a good job penetrating off the dribble inside. And then when they try to help out, Hawkins does look for the pass rather than the shot.
Bogan's jumper wide of the mark. Prince put back. Hayes battling, but no one's taking it away from Mouton.
You notice how Bogan's...
Look at that steal by Hayes. That looked like a football receiver right
he's
there.
a 4'5", 40-yard dash man in football, and he showed it on that play.
Oh, Prince really wanted to fire that 3. Waits for the rest of his team to come back down court.
So remember, Bogan's hit 2 shots right at the start of this ball game, but he glided on that last jump shot to his left. Hawkins again penetrates, looks to kick. Prince looked up at the clock.
Hawkins, he'll take the 3 and connects. Cuts the lead in half. 41-38 Maryland.
Hawkins always looks pass before shot. He's shooting 29% from 3, but that one he was left wide open. Going to Baxter, trying to get him involved in the offense.
Doubled up and kept alive Mouton. Kamara with the box out on Baxter.
And here's where Wilcox should be on that glass. If they're going to double down on...
Push off by Blake. The Kamara one, let's take a look at that one, Billy.
Well, my call is that it is in the cylinder. Let's see. Ball's up.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Any portion of the ball in the cylinder is a violation. Any portion.
It looked like it was definitely on the outer side of the
You
rim.
and Bonnie are giving me a rough time here in the second half.
You deserve it.
I tell you what, I think you're rooting for somebody here.
Bogans with the drive. 41-40. Kentucky's cut into that lead quickly.
Again, back to Baxter. Baxter just so strong in there, but you can see Gary Williams right off the bat. Baxter only had 3 shots in the first half. They're going to him on almost every possession when it's a half-court offensive set.
Kamara's second foul.
Nobody paying attention.
Oh, Wilcox sends that one into the press row as he's fouled.
So many times in this tournament we have seen an out-of-bounds situations, guys with their head turned. An easy basket takes place right there.
17:34 to play in the second half. Maryland leads at 41-40. Clark, I have to pick up on what Billy Packer is just talking about. You would expect Maryland to be owning the glass in this game so far. It hasn't happened.
Well, it certainly hasn't happened, but I think what they're going to try to do is pound it inside. Kentucky has to continue to make the perimeter shot to stay close.
All right. That'll do it for this edition of Singular at the Half. Thank you for joining us. A timeout, and then we'll send you back to Madison for the second half of Kansas and Illinois right after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half. Sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide. to the 2002 NCAA Men's Final Four? Then log on to Singular.com and enter Singular's most expressive fan promotion. If you're anything like these fans, you definitely have a chance to win.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow. They ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
I like the association with a game that's been very good to me. I've played it, and I still, at my age, am able to associate with young athletes and still enjoy the game very much. I think the most exciting and best game I ever had was in '94. The Arkansas-Duke final was a terrific basketball game. I think the only relationship that we have is one of mutual respect. I think I understand what his job is, and I think that they have an understanding of what our job is.
I'm just asking. I respect your opinion.
When Baby Bob speaks,
Who the man?
people listen.
I am.
Over 15 million to be exact.
How about another?
Catch the new hit comedy that's really got something to say.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Hey, I'll tell you when I've had enough.
An all-new Baby Bob. CBS Monday after The King of Queens.
There's always a clue. Can you find it? TV's most watched show, CSI, returns CBS Thursday.
Wednesday, a new adventure begins as teams race from the tip of South Africa to the desert dunes of Namibia.
What a rush!
An all-new Amazing Race, CBS Wednesday.
Madison, Wisconsin will return after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS exclusive coverage.
Can you find the sports car in the newest Mazda?
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The new 200 horsepower Mazda MPV. Body of a minivan. Soul of a sports car.
Dave's got Jack Black and the Foo Fighters tonight on The Late Show.
Looking for a truck? You better get on board. It's truck month's the time to buy a built-up Ford.
And nothing's tougher than Ford F-150. It leads the stampede with power and payload the competition can't touch. Now get this 25-year bestseller with a sport package, including air, aluminum wheels, and sport seating for only $189 a month.
There's a stampede of savings and it's headed your way. Get to truck month at your Texas Ford dealer today.
Spring's here. Save big. This week at Just for Feet. Cool new running styles are up to 60% off. Reebok and Adidas now $29.99. Nike and Reebok just $39.99. Nike and New Balance just $49.99. And hot new basketball styles are up to 50% off. Fila and Reebok just $29.99 and $39.99. And Nike just $49.99. The brand, styles, and service you expect. Just for Feet is just right for you.
Alen Hurley owns a Hyundai Elantra.
I researched it on the internet. There was no comparison.
The competition can't match the Freedom of America's best warranty.
The warranty for the Elantra was the best out there.
It also has a long list of features, including front and side airbags. It's the only car in its class that has them standard.
The gas mileage is excellent. It's a great value for the money.
Get $750 cash back or choose 0.9% APR financing now. Hyundai dealers, helping kids fight cancer.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Chevy Impala, Burger King, UPS, and by Miller Lite.
Back in the state capitol in Madison, halftime, getting ready for the start of the second half with Kansas leading by 6, Bill, and Drew Gooden playing well and with no fouls in the first half.
Very important because they have their problems up front with Collison's difficulty. But how about this? The post up, the great entry, the finish by Gooden. But on the defensive end, this block started a fast break. But how about this? The footsteps, the ability to use the left hand, but counter that with Frankie Williams, who struggled early. The kick out pass by Krapalya gets the puppy scent, knocks it down on fire from deep. But The run out, something they need more of. They have struggled on the offensive end, only 33% field goal percentage.
Frank Williams started with 1 of 8 from the field. He finished 4 of 12 in the first half. Gooden with 8 points, 3 of 6, and no fouls for Drew Gooden.
1-3-1 zone right out of the start here of IKU, maybe to hide the foul problems.
Heinrich back on the floor, as is Collison for Kansas. They both play with 3 fouls. 6 and 8 minutes respectively in the first half. Back it comes. Bradford, catch and release, got it for 3.
And that's the one guy you got to tag out there on the perimeter. Not a good adjustment on top.
That's 3 threes for Corey Bradford, who at one point in his career had hit a 3 in 88 consecutive games that ended last season. It's an NCAA record. Left side. Miles. Heinrich going up. It's back in the hands of Miles. Now Boshi. There's Archibald. Nice pass underneath, but rejected by Cook.
What a job defensively, and a turnover in the open floor. Luther Head should have valued the ball. Don't give it up. You got to eat it. Bill Self out there saying, hey, just hold it.
And let's check in with Leslie Visser.
Vern, last year at this time, Illinois led by 12. Bill Self said that our offense is too fast. We need to take more time with each possession. You just saw Bradford hit that 3, so he's probably pleased with that. As for Frank Williams, he said, I like him aggressive, but 12 shots, I don't want him running a fever. Vern?
Heinrich with the pass to Collison, the dish, and he was on the line.
And one of the few times been able to get that touch to him. And he is tough around the basket. Tough bookends, he and Gooden.
Well, Leslie referred to last year. These two teams reversed roles. You had Illinois seeded 1, Kansas 4. Illinois led by Frank Williams with 30 points. A convincing victory in that round down in San Antonio. They look inside for Cook. Gooden out on him. Little jump hook in the lane. And Collison for Kansas clears, puts it in the hands of Aaron Miles.
I really didn't need that one. Roberts, Archibald gets the small change. Interesting, Illinois went to that 1-4, and that develops a high-low. That's how they got the ball to Cook. But what players don't understand is even though the play is called for you, if you can't get a good shot, just don't throw it up. It led to that run out and the ensuing foul on Archibald.
Archibald with his 3rd will sit. Kripalja comes back on. A solid 11 minutes off the bench in the first half for Damir Kripalja. Now Miles, here's Collison, guarded by Kripalja. They go right at Kripalja and air ball. Bradford. Screen from Cook. Bradford with the shot, in and out.
And it should be over the back. Yeah, Head, nice screen out. Aaron Miles is some defender, Vern. I mean, he stops the penetration, helps out, and that time, solid check out on Head.
And Luther Head, the freshman guard, picks up his 2nd. So we've got youngster on youngster now. Miles and Head. Out of Portland and Chicago, respectively.
Nice back screen.
Oh, and a foul is called on Cook.
Now that's what they do to you when they reverse the ball. They get you moving. Now the next trip, they get a back screen, and Gooden soars to the rim. And you can see where Illinois had discussed this. They want to take the legs out. Now here's the back screen coming. Right through here. Heinrich steps up, the little cut to the rim, and just a little bit of a brush sets him up. But how about that? Playing above the rim. Pretty athletic. Gooden as he's trying to gather himself.
Bill mentioned his dad played professionally in Finland. Met Drew's mom there. First team All-American. One of the outstanding players, obviously, in the country, joined by Williams, Dixon, Logan, and Dickow. What do you have similarly there? They're all guards.
He said, basically, well, a lot of perimeter people. You might win a few with that group, though.
I think so.
Bill Self trying to win one now with his elite guard in charge right now. Bringing it up, Frank Williams.
Guarded by Miles. Roy Williams said he thought that was key today, was how they do against Frank Williams. Don't think he counted on 2 of his stars sitting on the bench for more than half of the first half. Here's Kripalja for 3.
Not afraid to shoot it at 46%. Boy, does that help Cook down below.
Now Boshi puts it in the hands of Gooden. As they play Gooden out 20 feet from the basket.
Tough
Too
shot.
strong. Yep, it sure was. Here's Williams. A chance for the Illini to tie or reclaim the lead. Underneath. A little too strong for Krapalya, and Harrington comes on.
That's one of those plays, just an easy pass. The defense hadn't recognized the sprint to the rim. His head gets a few words from Bill Self about how to run the team.
Look at Miles. Oh, wow.
Get the fumes. Oh, my goodness. Overdrive. That's a blow by Vern Lundquist.
Oh, he lit the afterburner. 44-40. Back cut, Bradford, nice. Oh, dear. On the floor, Heinrich. 3-on-2. Heinrich doesn't drag his foot, it's ruled. Back to Foshi for 3. Collison with the rebound. Foul, they'll go to the line. Watch Aaron Miles, coast to coast.
This is acceleration at its best. You don't teach this. Oh, my goodness, everybody caught. It is an aggressive pursuit of the tin. A major league blow-by. And then the counter on the fast break. Heinrich actually took away the dribble path of Collison. He just was a little quick, wasn't patient. If he waited, it would have developed. Collison could have gone right to the rim.
That's the third foul on Krapalya. And Collison shoots one more. Five-point game, 16:43 to go.
He's checking the...
He's watching the scoreboard, right?
So, you know what? When you play golf with him, he knows every stroke everybody else has. And another foursome.
Here's Head on the floor. Nice save. Williams for 3. Got it!
Good hustle play. Plenty of time to get organized for Williams.
Williams with 13 after a very slow start. 1 of 8 from the field.
Heinrich and Collison not getting fouls. Very important. Now here's a stagger for Boshi.
Collison from way outside. There's the alley-oop. Cook is there to knock it away. Nice leak out. Oh, wow, what a pass.
And Collison wisely didn't get involved, but you're right. A great thought process on the delivery. Williams with the courage to make the pass.
Tied at 45. 6th tie of the game. Heinrich shoved him. That's going to be an offensive foul, and that's 4.
Not as explosive, a little bit frustrated. He can't turn the corner. And Roy Williams applauding a guy who's had a great year. They need him to win. Watch that arm. Good defense and the counter.
After the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
I have something to tell you.
You first.
No, you go.
I'm not ready to get married.
Okay.
So, what was your news?
I won the lottery.
$63 million.
Think about it this way, man. After taxes, that's only like $30 million.
That's it.
Yeah.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Shannon? Hey, it's Steve. What's going on?
Yo, Terry.
What is it, Alf?
This buffet has no worms. It's uncivilized.
Well, then try something else.
Oh, hey.
Not my dollar, you overgrown throw rug.
I thought $1 had no value.
Well, it does if you dial 10-10-220.
All calls up to 20 minutes or 99 cents.
Get out of town.
Yeah, and 7 cents a minute after 20.
All right, no dollars. Got any cats?
No. Furball.
Jealous?
Dial 10-10-220.
Brown says make your life easy. Brown tells me you have all the choices you want. Brown says to me, get your shipments to your customers when they need it, where they need it. Brown says, relax. Go get it done. Brown says, how about some more pie? Brown didn't say that.
Shipping on your schedule. What can Brown do for you?
Augusta National celebrates the 100th birthday of the man behind the mystique, the legendary Bobby Jones. A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg in New York, 45 all tie. We'll get you back there momentarily. I just want to tell you what's happening in Syracuse is what's happening there is Kentucky is down 2 and is playing much better here in the second half.
Well, they're doing a nice job at both ends of the floor. They're keeping Maryland out of transition. They're taking the ball inside. Bogans and Prince have been effective on the perimeter.
All right, Clark, we'll keep you updated on that game. Let's get you back to Madison, Illinois, and Kansas. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
Illinois tries the back cut. It's kicked out of bounds. A fresh 35 now for Bill Self's team. Bill Self said, we're 1-3 in Madison since the Kohl Center opened. Hope things go a little better. Believe it or not, Roy Williams of Kansas said he's never been to Madison before.
Oh, Carolina boy, Asheville. We got everything you wanted down there. All the furniture in the world. Plenty of golf courses. And, of course, the Tar Heels for many years as a student. His son Scott went there as well, and then later assistant under Dean Smith.
That one kicked out of bounds. Another fresh 35. Luther Head on the floor with Cook, Frank Williams, Corey Bradford, and Krapalya for Illinois.
A nice play right to the post. Didn't get much out of it. Gooden's done a wonderful job on Cook.
Screen set by Krapalya. There's the attempted penetration. The foul's going to be called. Aaron Miles, Boshi, who got it?
Could be both in there on the pinch.
Aaron Miles, his second. Cook, out of bounds.
Now that was a play for Frank Williams. He took it out. They're going to run a screen for him, but you got inbound before they come get you.
Now Langford on for Heinrich, and Aaron Miles, who's had a really solid game at the point thus far. Both sides of the ball, right?
And he sure has. Now, I think Collison can take Krapalya if they get him involved. Foul line drive or inside, and here's the over the top. Cook on the stick, as the coaches will call it. They'll say stick him, and Gooden does. Plant that body right in him. As the ball's reversed, you turn, and now you're going to just stick that derriere and use it wisely.
Johnson replaces Brian Cook, who picks up his third personal foul. And the ball inbounded now to Langford for Kansas. Boshi guarded by Bradford. Miles in the corner.
Here's the matchup, Vern. And he's at it. Let me say, I see the whistle blew on the baseline.
Before the jump.
I don't think they... Oh, there must have been a kick because they reset the clock.
And so Aaron Miles will inbound now for the Jayhawks of Kansas. 14:48 to go. 1 seed against the 4. Here's Collison. Nice. There's a touch underneath. Collison's beauty.
First time they got it all night, which tells you about Cook not being on the floor. They had bodied people way up the lane. Great presentation.
First field goal for Collison. Here's Head. Strong move. Foul. Boshi. Let's go back to that little touch from Gooden to Collison.
They set it up beautifully. You can just see Collison's getting his man set as Gooden pops out. And once the catch is made, the reverse, you pin your guy. And look at that angle pass. The rest, rather simple. But the big fella, who's got McHale-like moves around the rim and has shown the ability to put it on the floor, as Boshi gets one.
With the conclusion of every NCAA tournament game, we'll select the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Game from each team. Chevy will make a contribution to each school's general scholarship fund, a tradition for over 30 years. 1 of 2 at the line in a 1-point game. Now Boshi, who picked up his third foul. Collison finds Gooden, and the putback is good.
I'll tell you, they're starting to get touches on the box. That's dangerous. When they start screening or making those interior passes, they've broken down the defense.
3-point game yet again. Archibald is getting ready to come back on the floor for the Illini. Williams not there. Gooden clears it for Kansas. Now Aaron Miles, left side, Langford. What an athletic play.
A great adjustment, Vern. That was a charge for most mere mortals. We mentioned earlier, he is a slasher. In the open floor, his ability to slide by people, attack the tin. A little kiss. Jayhawks.
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders now, you know they don't upset us.
I gotta get a Whopper.
You got it.
Uh-oh. They're all down.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
The whole team down at once?
That's infrastructure.
Well, what do we do?
Just watch.
Back up and recovery.
Wow. Miracle.
No miracle. But close.
So you sure this is okay? What if someone calls?
What if someone calls?
Sometimes you feel like being dependable. Sometimes you just want to go for a drive. Chevy Impala.
I'll be there. Jerky.
Anything else, sir?
Or,
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by the Honda VTX and by Sprint PCS.
13:44 to go in this one. A 6-point lead, 5-point lead now for Kansas. Tomorrow's lineup, Missouri against Oklahoma. A tip time of 4:40. And then the second game, Kent State, Indiana, to follow that one. Here's Sean Harrington, who's back on the floor now for Illinois. Frank Williams, Brian Cook also back with 3 fouls, 2 strong. Archibald gets the offensive rebound for Illinois.
Steps now. Oh, they got a foul before. Bill Self's been down the block before. Interesting, the connection when Larry Brown coached under Larry Brown. Of course, Larry Brown, a big fan of Roy Rubens. How about me? How about that? Roy Williams. And of course, Larry goes back to the Carolina days a few years before Roy Williams. But the Cook on the floor, Bill Self, took advantage. When each side, they got a great look. Of course, Archibald on the weak side.
And unsuccessful at the free throw line. Bill Self played collegiately at Oklahoma State, and then his first job was as an assistant to Larry Brown at Kansas. And of course, Jayhawks, winners of the national championship 1988. They did that as a 6th seed, remember? And a guy named Danny Manning led the way. Now here's Miles. Harrington will guard him. Gooden comes left side. Boshi, there's the switch. Cook out. The trap. Bradford in trouble. Finds Hayward in the corner. Got it.
How about Langford? Oh, my goodness. And the double, the blitz of the pick and roll. Boshi with great composure.
13 to go. Archibald. Langford tips it as it goes out of bounds.
You can see the little things picking up now. Just good reads defensively by both teams. Great reaction that time by Langford.
53-47 under 13 remaining. Bradford. Quickly around in the hands of Frank Williams. Tries to take Miles off the dribble. Gets a little elbow. The shot not there. Gooden. Cook picks it up and got it.
That's one of those hustle plays. Quicker to the ball, Brian Cook.
At the other end, Miles. Quick hands of Harrington. Miles gets it back. 12.5 to go. Boshi, left, penetration, dish back. Langford, Gooden. They'll reload. Miles.
Vern, you know the defense is good when Kansas is dribbling a lot.
8 on the shot clock. Here's Miles all the way. The putback is not there for Gooden. And it's chased down with a fresh 35. Jump stop. Archibald. He thought he had a clean block.
Well, there's always some contact. I thought up top it was pretty darn good. But Miles' ability to run it down and then the post pass. And right here, in a lot of the ball, of course, we see it one way, and the fans certainly see it their way. But the ability of Miles and the effort gets good into the free throw line.
Archibald with his 4th. Heinrich's going to come back on the floor with his 4th, and he'll give Miles a rest. Archibald replaced by Kripalja, senior for senior.
Now, Roy Williams has great confidence in Heinrich. Now, see what kind of adjustments they make defensively for him. He just has to avoid those situations where it's up for grabs. You just play solid, contain your guy, don't gamble on the defensive end.
Corey Bradford, who today started his 135th game for Illinois, every game in his career since first put on the Illini uniform. Cook.
Langford with the job, doing a nice job. Denying Williams. Pull up. Harrington.
That's just inside the line. It's for 2.
I think he did that because Bill Self said take Heinrich, maybe get him out of the game.
Now at the other end, Heinrich guarded by Williams.
Good slip.
Simeon.
Got it. How about Langford, third? He has provided such a lift for this team. A lot of guys would have jacked it up, but as Simeon just moved to the box, his ability, the extra pass. Now a lot of guys, nice little interior pass, warding off one and get to the other side of the rim, and it teetered for quite a while.
Foul was on Bradford. Simeon with a free throw. (11:16) remaining in regulation. Kansas by 6.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty, with the most towing capacity of any heavy-duty pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Sean Bryan.
That's that sexy man I met the other night.
You want me to get it?
No, let the machine pick it up. I don't want him to know I'm home on a Friday night.
Hey, yo, Donna, it's Sean. Remember me? I'm at this crazy club right now. There's a lot of cute hotties, but I'm just thinking of you, girl.
Uh-huh. I know.
I'll call you tomorrow.
What if I give you a phone when I'm feeling lonely?
Leave them in the dust with the Intel Pentium 4 processor.
The closer you get, the more extreme it gets. The
most extreme V-twins on the planet. VTX from Honda.
Craig Gumbel and Clark Kellogg in New York. We'll bring you right back to Madison for more of Kansas against Illinois. First, let's check into what's happening at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. It's a 5-point Maryland lead. You begin to wonder which of these teams is best equipped to handle a tight, rough game down the stretch.
Well, it's about playmaking, and if you can do that, Maryland's been able to do it most of this half. Kentucky won't go away, though, because Tayshaun Prince is capable of knocking down threes. Basically comes down to rebounding, who's going to make foul shots, and then your best players, Greg, have to make shots for you.
The winner of this Kentucky-Maryland game moves on to play UConn on Sunday. And right now, Maryland holds the advantage. We'll keep in touch with that game. Let's bring you back to Madison, Wisconsin. Illinois trailing Kansas. Vern Lundquist, Bill Raftery.
10:46 to go, and Kansas will inbound. Aaron Miles with the Jayhawks leading by 6. Boshi comes back outside.
Nice cover by Cook on that inbounds, looking for the lob for Collison.
There's the trap, double team. Krupalya comes to help. Comes back again on the dribble.
Power.
Simeon, no. Out of bounds, touch last by Kansas Collison.
And Collison, he had his arm taken away from him. He almost lost the bandage trying to get to the basketball. He's readjusted it. It is getting physical under the rim, folks.
Lucas Johnson, another of these seniors on the floor for Dramir Krupalya. Now Bradford. Back to Johnson. Williams kicks it back. Nice ball movement. There's Langford on Bradford. What a defensive play.
Excellent response.
We near the 10-minute mark in this one. The regional semifinal. Second year in a row these two teams have met at this point in the tournament. Last year, Illinois prevailed.
Great play by Johnson. Boy, were they ready for the inside screen. Run out for Cook.
There's Langford again.
Whatever you need, he's been able to provide. Magnificent effort this evening.
Now Miles.
Oh,
brother. Tipped, controlled. Harrington has it for Illinois. Back to Johnson.
Pretty.
Cook got it.
Ryan Cook has run the floor and been available. Very important. He waited, and Johnson fouled him, and Johnson tries to pick up a charge.
4-point game with 9:15 remaining. Williams guards Boshi. Simeon wants it in the low post. Back to Collison. Off the glass, not there. The putback is good.
That's where his game has taken on another dimension. He can drag you out and put it on the floor. Great penetration, and then the counter.
Kansas by 6. Here's Brian Cook, fall-away jumper. Collison with a rebound.
Oh, they really didn't need it, but they get away with it. Oh,
Miles!
How about Aaron Miles and then the run out? I'm so impressed with his courage in the open floor. Oh.
Here's Miles, the kid from Portland, to Langford, the kid from Fort Worth.
I'm Scarface from the H, dog, king of the block. We are one on my t-shirt, the shoe a Reebok. In the streets rock what we rock. The battle is won. Cross beaming with the franchise. You know how it's done. It's like this, it's like that, it's like this, and it's like this, it's like that, it's like this, and it's like that, it's like this, it's like that, and it's like this, it's like that, it's like that, and Def Jam sound, baby.
Kansas by 8 with 8:31 to go. They've gotten big help, Bill, from their bench.
And a great support in the sense of the foul dilemmas as well. Langford jumps to mind. run-outs, helping defensively, blocking shots. You deserve a rest, young guy. But how about in the open floor, Aaron Miles? I mean, I would say eat the ball, just run your offense. But, boy, big plays like that, you got to admire point guards with that kind of courage.
Now Brian Cook gets it from Frank Williams. 8:20 to go. And the pass to Brian Cook over Collison. 2 more.
And he froze them. Turn, face, look him in the eye. They don't come at you. Drill it.
Brian Cook with 11. Of course, the sidebar to this game, his father, Norm, played for Kansas back in the 70s. His dad, a victim of mental illness. It's been a troubled life since he played for the Jayhawks. There's Gooden, guarded by Cook. Miles back top of the key. Luther Head. What a brilliant game Aaron Miles has had tonight.
Nice show by Archibald, but he leaves Collison all alone. What a run to the rim. Collison sniffed that one out. Archibald overhelped, couldn't recover.
An 8-point game again, 7.5 to go. Collison with 7 all in this half. Recall he played only 6 minutes in the first half because he picked up 3 fouls. And here is Brian Cook again trying to take this Illinois team and put it on his shoulders.
I was just going to say, ride him. Get it to him. They go zone now against KU.
7:05 to go. Collison. Strong drive. Got the bounce.
You can't leave him alone. He'll pick you apart, facing the basket or with the back to the hoop.
Archibald with the screen. Williams with a penetration, and I believe Simeon's going to get charged with the foul.
I think you're right. Just reach the arms in. They switched to zone, the Illini, but a great counter by KU.
Langford and Carey come back in the game from the Kansas bench. The Jayhawks lead 65-57 time call.
Your eyes are heavy. You're relaxed in your quiet place.
See what I mean?
Excuse me, sir. Do you use a cell phone?
Yes.
Yelling over the static. Here, Sprint PCS built the largest all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network from the ground up. Clear calls, so you'll be clearly heard.
Thanks. This is very helpful.
I thought it might be.
4,000 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be around.
Chevy, the cars you can depend on, the cars that last.
You never have to look too far.
Chevy, we'll be there.
Always with you.
Asthma was only going so far and always wanting to go further.
Today, there is Advair.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Advair is clinically proven to increase symptom-free days because Advair is the first and only product to effectively treat the 2 main components of asthma, airway constriction and inflammation. No other single product does that. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. People switching from an oral steroid like prednisone to Advair, which contains an inhaled steroid, need to be especially careful. While adjusting to the switch, your body may not be as able to heal after surgery, infection, or serious injury. If you have heart or blood pressure problems, tell your doctor. Some people may experience a change in heart rhythm. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve. Ask your doctor if Advair is right for you. Advair, because life should take your breath away, not asthma.
The dead are talking, and one man is listening.
He's looking for other boys to kill.
Ted Danson, Living with the Dead, CBS Sunday, April 28th.
Craig Gumbel and Clark Kellogg in New York. We will bring you right back to Madison in just a moment, but first at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. Kentucky and Maryland have just gone to a timeout, and Kentucky's shot selection in the last few minutes has not been sparkling.
Well, they've panicked just a little bit, and yet only down 5 right now. Maryland has been able to get a comfortable lead by going inside in the second half.
Clark, I am your prince of timeouts. Let's go back to Madison. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
Jayhawks lead by 8. Collison thinks about the 3. Williams was out on him. Now Langford. And into the corner, it's for Jeff Carey.
And they play bigger now against the zone. Carey, Collison, and Gooden.
Miles in the corner. Not there. A rebound, Collison. What a solid second half he's had after the foul trouble in the first 20 minutes. But this time the rebound for the Illini. 6:05 to go. Jayhawks by 8. Williams has been held to 3 points in this half. Archibald.
And they finally go inside. They've been looking for the jump shots. You got to get the big guys some touches.
10 points for Archibald. Quickly over to Gooden. Skip pass. Miles. And now Collison guarded by Cook.
Nice kick out.
Langford with the penetration. It's knocked out of bounds. This will be Kansas ball with 5:39 to go.
I'll tell you, there is some activity. Archibald prone. He and Bradford were trying to pick up the charge. That's some lumber being laid out there. Oh, my goodness. Good penetration.
Jeff Boschee back on for Kansas, replacing Jeff Carey.
And the difficulty, I think, they didn't get the ball movement, the spacing, and the outside shooting against this zone.
Langford will inbound.
And the switch by Illinois to the man-to-man just to throw them off.
Little jump hook. Gooden.
Who made the pass? Miles. A great post entry. Great timing.
15 points for the first team All-American. An 8-point game. An Illinois team that struggled so much in the middle of the season. Williams and Miles with the foul. Let's go back and take a look at Kansas offensively.
For a guy that's so young, we saw the blow-by speed, but here's just a simple pass, setting up the little turnaround jump hook, and Gooden loading up and really not getting much denial.
Frank Williams looks for Archibald. Collison's there. Here's Miles. He's got Boschee to the right. He goes left. Langford. 2 more.
Again, the adjustment. And right now, Bill Self struggling on offense, not getting back on defense. The great counter run by KU.
This, the first double-digit lead of the game. Archibald, one of 4 seniors for the Illini. Here's Harrington, looks inside for Archibald, and Collison picks up his 4th foul.
And that's experience. You don't call timeout. You've got enough guys on the floor that will get it to the right spot. Nice post up by Archibald.
Greg Gumbel in New York, 10-point lead for the Kansas Jayhawks. Let's get you over to Madison, Wisconsin, where Illinois and Kentucky and Maryland are coming down to the wire. Here's Jim Nance.
Just under a minute to play. Maryland with the 5-point lead and possession. And a foul outside on Bogans. It'll be on Prince. It'll be a double bonus 2-shot situation. 4 times in the second half, Kentucky pulled even with Maryland, but they never moved ahead.
Jim Dixon to the line. We talked about what a good free throw shooter Blake is, but Dixon's a 90% free throw shooter. Now Fitch coming into the ball game, going to try to get a little bit more outside shooting as Tubby Smith knowing he's going to have to think 3 here. Could take it to 7. Very important free throw. Makes it a 3-possession game.
72-65 with 51 seconds. Timeout on the floor here at the Carrier Dome. Maryland up 7 over Kentucky.
We weren't technically a garage band since we practiced in a barn. We still make a lot of noise, only now it's on the phone.
Introducing AT&T Unlimited.
Luckily, I pay 1 flat rate and we talk till we're hoarse.
$19.95 a month for unlimited long-distance calls to any AT&T residential long-distance customer. Call all you want, whenever you want, and never watch the clock.
I love them, but I'm not going to pay a lot to listen to them. Nobody ever did.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT to enroll.
Kentucky ball down 7. 51 seconds remaining.
Maryland, you can see with Holden there, tough guy to throw over the top of. Hawkins going to push this ball up the floor. You can go for 2 here because you need 3 possessions anyway. But you don't want to take time.
Tayshaun with the 3.
Tough shot.
Last touch by Maryland.
And if you're Blake, you did the wise thing there, just to go ahead. You don't need to get possession of the ball. Just make sure that Maryland doesn't, that Kentucky doesn't get an easy putback.
Bogans comes off a screen. Looked at a 3, kicks it out. Fitch shoots 1 instead, front of the rim. Maryland ball, Mouton foul. He'll shoot 2.
Estel with a foul just as he came down. Well, I am really wanting to compliment Tubby Smith in regard to his demeanor with this team. A team that's had all kinds of problems this year. And you can see a complete difference in the way he used to respond on the sidelines.
So Maryland looking to put this one away against Kentucky at the free throw line. We'll keep you updated. Let's get you back to Madison, Illinois, and Kansas. Vern Lundquist and Bill Rafter.
4 minutes remaining, and Kansas leading by 8. Gooden can't increase the lead to 10 where it was just a moment ago. Now Archibald for Illinois.
Strong arm rebound. And Gooden with a real soft delivery. Couldn't go down.
Williams, 3 points in this half. Harrington equals that amount with that long-range bomb.
And that was all Williams. Attracted all the white shirts. Nice kick out.
The 10-point lead has been cut in half. 69-64, 3:31 to go.
I had a 747 named after me, and it flew the route between San Francisco and Tokyo. United was rewarding frequent flyers by naming planes after them. I saw it one time when I flew back from Osaka to San Francisco. I did see my plane sitting at a gate. My mother was happy. I finally amounted to something. My name is Howard Feinberg, and I've flown 2,540,000 miles on United Airlines. It was really a hoot.
Kansas up by 5 in time for our CBS Sportsline stat of the game. Points in the paint, Kansas 34-18 edge. For complete tournament coverage, go to cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online, enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
And Vern, Illinois with 18's got to get a lot more down the stretch, inside points.
And with 3:30 to go, Roy Williams has Heinrich and Collison both on the floor, both playing with 4 fouls.
There's that back screen by Boshi to get Collison to the box.
Gooden. Aaron Miles back to Collison. Now Boshi curls out. 10 on the shot clock, 3:10 in the game. Heinrich kicks it back outside. 5 on the shot clock. Gooden overcooked. No. Rebound Frank Williams.
Big elevation.
Now Williams goes by and gets a great pick and lays it off the glass.
Actually, it was Gooden that got Miles, but it was the activity in the center spot.
3-point game. It had been 10.
Great double up. And they get to jump all the timeout. Wise play.
Time called Kansas. And the time is called with 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. 69-66 Jayhawks.
This spring, Lowe's is improving home improvement because only Lowe's has top choice lumber. With 4 clean sides, prime grade, and center cut. Lowe's also has a complete line of windows and doors, including Pella. And Lowe's promises low prices every day, guaranteed. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Vern Lundquist, great communication skills here. The trap, Illinois knowing after a great opportunity at the other end that they've got to come up with something. But watch Collison now. He calls the time. Everybody's calling timeout. Real alert.
Miles inbounds for Kansas, leading by 3 with 2.5 to go. In the corner, Williams, there's the entry pass underneath Collison.
And what an effort by Miles on the baseline, right to the correct spot. Collison loading up.
11 points, Collison, Kansas by 5. High pick and screen. The runner, no good. Archibald gets it, kicks it outside. Harrington. Tip, good. Archibald.
He got away with it, but good aggressive play.
14 for the senior from Scotland. A 3-point game with 1:52 to go. Kansas had been up by 10, 7 unanswered for the Illini. Got it to within 3. That's where we are now. Too strong. Good wrestling match. Archibald for Illinois.
He has stepped up magnificently. The tip at the other end, the last trip, and that time sealing the rebound.
Frank Williams. Spin move, kicks it back. Cook for 3. Archibald, another offensive board, heaves it up and goes to the line.
He just wanted to get to the free throw stripe. What an effort. Will he be strong enough to make the free throws? He's got to be exhausted. This is an open look, and they dodge one here by Harrington, but look who's right in the correct spot. Over the top, Archibald, but expending so much energy and effort, taking everybody. This was just a hope and a prayer and an opportunity. If that were a bed, he'd be down there for 8 hours.
And Collison fouls out. Collison picks up number 5 with 1:15 to go. 1 rebound away from a double-double. What a wonderful effort for Robert Archibald in this second half. 14 points, 9 rebounds, and a trip to the free throw line where for the night he is 6 of 8. One more. Langford comes back on for Kansas as Bill Self looks on.
So this game would make a young man old quickly. I mean, exhausting, punishing. And the effort right now by Archibald, foremost in this Illini recovery.
Gooden with a rebound. The margin of difference is 2 with 1:10 to go. Heinrich on with 4 fouls, gets a screen from Gooden.
Simeon on the glass could be tough because Archibald's somewhat fatigued.
1 to go. Harrington guards Heinrich. Crossover dribble, back penetration. Good block by Archibald, come back out. Shot clock at 8. Boshi, a prayer, unanswered. Archibald with another rebound.
What else? They had plenty of time to get a better shot. Timeout now. Illinois.
Every day, millions of people in the United States wake up to billions of allergens. Introducing Clarinex. Clarinex provides receptor protection to help block histamine. Clarinex gives you 24-hour non-drowsy relief for any allergy, anywhere, anytime. Side effects are similar to sugar pill, including sore throat, dry mouth, and fatigue. Talk to your doctor about new 24-hour Clarinex.
Possession arrow, Illinois. 37.1 left. The Illini down by 2. You see the team fouls, 7 and 8. And Robert Archibald now with a double-double in what might be his final game for the Fighting Illini. Hoping, of course, that they can advance and take on Oregon. Will it be Kansas? Will it be Illinois? 71-69 with 37 to go.
Look for Williams' penetration, but it should be to Cook or Archibald on the block.
Langford on Williams. There's the help. Back to Cook for 3 in the lead. No. Tip. Good. Volleyball.
What an effort. Big time snatch.
Archibald goes for the foul. Had no choice.
They couldn't have asked for a better look. Cook has the ability to make deep shots. Coming in tonight, 26 for 70, 37%. Bill Self got what he wanted.
And among the things he also wanted was a marvelous effort from Archibald, from Paisley Scotton. Robert Archibald fouls out 15 points and 10 rebounds.
Down the stretch, what a Valentine. Everything that was asked or needed, he stepped up. Sensational. And right now, the ability to shoot threes comes into focus because if the two are made, now it's a 4-point game. But I would go for two. It becomes a two-trip game. You don't have to rush down and make the quick jack. Go for a good one. Get your defense set. See if you can steal. Give one away.
Jeff Boschee at the line with 19.4 to go in Madison. He is joined by Heinrich and Langford. Collison sits with 5 fouls. Simeon and Drew Gooden.
80% free throw shooter, guy that's been down the block.
First time at the line tonight. He shoots 1 and 1. Rebound Williams. 15 to go. The screen from Cook. The runner kicks it back. Rapalje. Harrington on the floor. Baseline. Williams. No. Here comes Langford.
The giveaway by Harrington. Oh, they couldn't have gotten a better opportunity. Scrappy play by Illinois and an open look. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Langford goes to the line with 2.8 left. 3 of 4 tonight. Time called. Illinois. Be right back.
New pledge with orange oil.
It cleans and revitalizes wood to a lasting luster. Orange oil seems to break up the grease.
We're degreasing the muck. It's obviously from the orange oil. It really does clean.
Orange oil revitalizes. It's like a vitamin for my wood furniture.
Pledge orange oil. It brought this wood back to life. It's bringing out the natural shine. I'd love to tell my husband that we don't need to redo the cabinets.
New pledge with orange oil. The power of orange oil to clean and revitalize. Jesse Johnson, a family company.
It's unbelievable.
So, you hanging up the whistle, eh, Coach?
Yeah, kind of hard to believe.
So, can a girl buy you dinner? Coach, sorry, could you help me with something?
Sure.
This goes up there.
At Applebee's, we do our best to be part of the neighborhood.
Two-point lead for the Jayhawks with 2.8 remaining. Illinois now out of timeouts, and the possession arrow does favor the Fighting Illini. Keith Langford, the freshman from Fort Worth, off the bench. A marvelous contribution tonight. And a chance to perhaps secure the victory.
He has been so solid. Everything you could ask of him, he's been able to provide, whether it's passing, defense, reacting, some jumpers and penetration.
One and one with 2.8 remaining.
Getting set up the pass to half court if there happens to be a miss.
One more.
This is the one that changes it all.
Four-point game. Timeout called. 2.8 remaining.
He's an elbow man.
My boy.
Generation after generation. It's good to have someone you can depend on.
They've worked hard to get here.
Persistence, performance, strength. It all paid off. So how do achievers secure their future? They do what nearly 2/3 of the Fortune 500 do. They put their confidence in the Pacific Life family of companies. With over 130 years of experience and $340 billion in managed assets, secure your course in life. Rely on the strength of Pacific Life.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. Every place that I go, it's easier with you. I am free to express myself. I'm not the world, no mainstream. I am free to live my dream.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
A couple of months now.
When software quickly connects all your business systems, that's 1 degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Well, the sellout crowd at the Kohl Center in Madison has enjoyed both of these games. In the first, Oregon advanced with a 2-point victory over Texas. In this one, it's been tenacious from the get-go, and here we are with 4 left.
That's one of those games where both coaches have to feel satisfied at the performance. I'm sure if Illinois loses, a great disappointment, but the effort of both teams extending themselves totally. And of course, Roy Williams able to yo-yo people in and out with the foul problems. And how about Archibald? His effort end of this game was just magnificent before he fouled out. Robert on the money.
Well, Archibald, one of 5 men who might be playing his final game tonight. One of the others throws it in here. Cook, turnaround jumper, not there. Kansas advances. Roy Williams, that's a well-deserved side. 2 of his stars in foul trouble in the first half. Collison and Heinrich. Collison ultimately fouled out. Kansas wins it 70-69. They saw a 10-point lead almost evaporate. And now the Jayhawks will take on the Oregon Ducks here at the Kohl Center on Sunday afternoon with a tip time of 2:40 Eastern. It's a 1 seed against a 2 seed. Chevrolet most valuable players of the game, Frank Williams for Illinois and Drew Gooden from Kansas. Williams with 15 points and 5 rebounds. And a couple of votes from courtside would go to Robert Archibald. Frank Williams has played his final game. He announced that he will go into play for pay. Roy Williams in his 14th season. His team wins it. Greg Gumbel along from New York after these messages.
Bringing this brand new car around today. It's called the Pontiac Vibe. Sounds like a party wagon.
This is the road trip mobile.
I like the silver.
Patrol, circles.
This is my kind of ride.
The new Pontiac Vibe, all the way to the NCAA Men's Final Four with CBS Sports.
This is crabgrass. I don't want to see crabgrass in my lawn.
My wife actually hates crabgrass.
Nobody would want this in their lawn. We put down Scott's turf builder with Holtz in the early spring.
That's the only thing I ever use. Scott's puts this protective barrier over the lawn.
And it stops the crabgrass from germinating.
See how nice and thick that is?
Feels like the carpet inside my house. Well, I've used the cheap brands. And it's like anything else. You get what you pay for. Steve doesn't have any crabgrass, which makes him a good human being, basically. Turf builder with Holtz. The best defense against crabgrass.
Hey, where are you off to?
Some conference in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah? Who with?
With Cooper.
Cooper.
Who's naughty on this plane? This guy.
How much do you make? Drink.
Because it's not as much as I make, I'll tell you that much right now.
Sort by shortest flights. Another way Expedia makes it easy to find the trip you're looking for.
Expedia.com.
Do you have any software experience at all?
No.
It's not really important. Welcome aboard. So it says here you haven't worked since 1982.
Yeah, so?
So I bet you're raring to go.
You don't have any references at all.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Who's crazy? I'm crazy, you're crazy. Welcome aboard. Well, thanks for coming in. We'll let you know. I'm just kidding. Welcome aboard.
The new E-Trade. More of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy. E-Trade Financial.
As my friend Sergio from Rio says.
Excuse me, did you say Sergio? From Rio.
Yes?
The darkish, lightish hair? About this high? Heavy-set, thin guy?
You know Sergio?
Yes.
Come join us! Wait. Let's go see Sergio.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
Rebound Williams. 15 to go. The screen from Cook. The runner kicks it back. Rapaglia. Harrington on the floor. Baseline. Williams. No. Here comes Langford.
The giveaway by Harrington. Oh, they couldn't have gotten a better opportunity.
Seems like we say this every night. Not a bad night of NCAA tournament basketball. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg. Welcome back to our studios here in New York. Remind you, coming up after late local news, stay tuned for the Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, don't miss. Dave has the Foo Fighters, Jack Black, and top 10 complaints of the Survivor castaways. It's tonight on Dave. We'll be with you at noon Eastern Time tomorrow on the road to the Final Four. At 1 Eastern Time, the men's Division II championship game between Kentucky Wesleyan and Metro State. 3:30 Eastern, we're back with the road to the Final Four. And then at 4:30, number 12 Missouri against number 2 Oklahoma in the West. At 7 o'clock, number 10 Kent State and number 5 Indiana in the South Regional. And then on Sunday, the road to the Final Four comes your way at 2 Eastern Time. At 2:30, it'll be number 2 Oregon, number 1 Kansas from Madison. At 5 o'clock, the East Regional Final, number 2 UConn and number 1 Maryland from Syracuse. The final score of our final game tonight. Illinois falls to Kansas. The Jayhawks win at 73-69. A short while ago, Leslie Visser with Coach Roy Williams and 2 of his players.
Well, Kansas is going back to the regional final. They've been to 10 Final Fours looking for their 11th, but Roy, this one was not easy.
No, it wasn't. Illinois, I said earlier that the second half of the season they were as good as anybody. They killed us with the offensive rebounds, and yet we had a couple of freshmen step up big for us at the end, and we're as happy as we can be.
Yeah, what was it? You had guys in foul trouble, and as you said, Aaron and a couple of your others stepped up.
Well, Keith was really big for us in a couple of defensive plays. He got out running on the break, and Aaron found him on the break, made some baskets for us. And it's not fun sitting over there with Kirk and Nick sitting over there with me.
Well, it was well done. Thanks, Coach. Drew, you wear 0 because you're unpredictable, but tonight you were huge. What were you able to do against them?
My main focus tonight was to rebound the ball and get possessions for my team. They did a great job collapsing on me whenever I tried to take the ball to the basket. But we had young guys like this fella right next to me to make big plays down the stretch for us.
And one more rebound, and you tie Wilt Chamberlain. So good luck on Sunday. And to you, Aaron, from Portland, Oregon, are you looking forward to Sunday?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. We get to face Oregon, you know, it's going to be real fun. We both go get out and go in transition, so it should be a lot of fun.
Well done. Congratulations, guy. Back to you, Greg.
All right, Leslie, thank you. So the Kansas Jayhawks win it by a score of 73-69. You were right on the money again for tonight. 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s advance to the regional finals, which has 3 number 2 seeds in it.
It wasn't easy for any of these teams. I thought Kansas got great play from their bench in the first half while Collison and Heinrich were in foul trouble. And then they got the outstanding effort from Miles, and Langford was terrific all game long off the bench.
All right, Clark, so Kansas moves on to meet Oregon because in Madison earlier today, the Ducks squeezed past Texas's Longhorns 72-70. Maryland moves on. They beat Kentucky 78-68, and they will meet UConn. UConn, a 71-59 winner over the Salukis of Southern Illinois. We thank you for joining us on this wonderful day of tournament action. For Clark Kellogg, for all of us here at CBS Sports, I'm Greg Gumbel. We'll see you at noon Eastern Time tomorrow on the road to the Final Four.